And that voice you just heard is four-time NBA champion.
Crazy.
Brother of mine, good friend of the show.
Yes.
Been here before, and I was just combing through the channels, and I saw him on the screen reprising the role of Fletcher from Bad Boys in the LA's Finest series on Spectrum that just got picked up for another season.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, I literally called, I think it was Kelly, and said, yo, this dude, John, can actually act now. The one and only John Salley is back.
Yes. Big up, bless up.
And he didn't come along, man. He did not come along, man. I swear, man, he brought his beacon of light with him. I thought, John, when I have conversation with John, I'll be swearing like, damn, John must be constantly studying, seeking out higher education, seeking out all kind of spiritual advice and from the ancestors. He sounds so bright.
True.
And then after I just met his daughter, I realized he's just mocking everything she says. The one and only Tyla Salley is here, too, man. Tyla, how you doing? Oh, good to meet you. We never met, huh?
No, this is the first time.
This is the first time.
I'm excited to be here.
Did you tell everybody what I did the first time I met you? What did I do to you right there in the corner?
You scared me. Ran up behind me and posted up.
I posted up on her. I said, throw me the ball. Throw me the ball, John.
She's left-handed. You were going to get your shot blocked.
I was going to get blocked? Okay. Tyler, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2.5".
6'2.5". You could still get dunked on.
Yeah, no.
Damn, Sway.
Defense.
She said defense. John, man, it's good to see you.
Nice seeing you, brother. I'm so happy. I sat out there with Heather. Tracy didn't come out, but that's all right.
Oh, wow.
She's Hollywood now, bro.
She's in Hollywood. She's so happy. I'm surprised she's here.
I just wanted to make sure the studio was right. I was here just, putting my energy out there so it could bounce on you, John. What's up?
Bless up. I love it. Bless up. But man, I love New York. I like seeing y'all in New York. I just love California.
Yeah.
And Sway, I know you growing up out here.
Yeah, man.
This is amazing. And now we got it. I might even get a job at Sirius
let's
Radio
talk about
now.
it, man.
Really?
You want to?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You gotta
Get
go
a
ahead.
job.
Yeah, we recruiting.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a job now. I like doing the radio thing, but I like talking about like I listen to Heather's show. I like talking about things that interest me. Somebody asked me, where were we a little while ago? He said, "Hey, what do you think about the NBA?" I said, "I don't. When they stopped paying me, I stopped caring." And they was like, but I love them, but I rather talk about cannabis, veganism, black movement, move to Africa, investments.
Amen.
I rather talk about things that make a difference as opposed to like the game. It may make a difference for that, for your fantasy, but it doesn't make a difference in your life.
Yeah, in the world. But until you get people like a Dwayne Wade or like a LeBron James, that are speaking out against social injustice that we see in our country and our society, or speaking out, speaking towards financial investment or literacy in our communities. Yeah. Then it affects the world. When you were coming up, you didn't see too much of that, right?
Well, we saw it in the 70s with Jim Brown, Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and literally we saw just them, and then we started seeing people move it, and then the whole movement changed.
Okay.
I think Jay-Z was right, and it's so funny why I say that. It's because since he's done that, he hasn't spoken. Everyone else has.
Yeah.
That means he's done it right? We talk about action. Tyler and I, I'm doing tons of things here in Los Angeles. I'm opening up Planet Health in Compton. There's a whole vegan strip mall with an everyday organic farmers market. So that whole we got a desert.
Oh my God!
A whole strip.
A
whole strip.
Over.
I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm tired of hearing what we don't have.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing, man, what you should do because you're famous or you got. I don't want to hear that anymore.
Yeah.
Seriously, I don't want to hear it. So we just opened it, me and my boy Roland, and
where's it at?
It's on. It's 546 West Compton, which is like a mile away from the Compton Courthouse. And I had to say it that way because across is Dr. Goss with New Body. He's been there since 1970 with all the herbs. And then I'm going to bring some other herbs. But these
cracking up over here.
These
that's
are
your dad.
These are like serious reasons. They said, "Why'd you go to Compton?" I barely still got to use navigation to get there. But I just wanted to be in the middle of it, so I don't have to hear about what I didn't do. I'm telling you, I have cried at 2 funerals in my entire life. My father died, and I didn't cry at that funeral. I made jokes on stage because that's what we do. We do comedy. I cried at Heavy D's funeral, and I cried at Nipsey's funeral. I cried at Nipsey's funeral because I was in the Staples Center going, this was the king. Like, they literally got the wrong dude. Yeah. So I decided to do something about it.
John Salley. That's amazing. That's and he pushed it forward as well with his daughter. And he was, can I say the story you just told me?
Go ahead.
And he was we were talking about our daughters, Tyler. We kind of do that a lot. We talk about y'all like we switching, trading cards. You know what I mean? Like, what you know what I mean? We're looking at the profile. How's yours doing? Yours doing great.
I got 3 more after this, too,
okay,
but don't worry.
You got 3 more? Okay, I just got that one. And he told me, I remember saying to my daughter something similar, but y'all took it a whole nother level. I told my daughter that if you graduate early, the money that I contribute that would have went to the school now can go to your pocket to help get you started. Instead of you could graduate early, get out of that money trap, and then take that same money and utilize it to your benefit. And then John told me this morning that you approached him, and I'm paraphrasing, and said, Dad, how would you like to invest in my future?
Yeah.
And,
what a question.
Right?
Well, because we always talk about generational wealth, and that's something that Black people don't really have that much experience in history, and I feel like this is my time to do that. And it felt like if he asked me what I wanted to do with my life, and I told him I love travel and I like to smoke weed. How can I make that my life? And how can I take the money that you were going to invest into my future in college, invest that into what I want to do and make me who I want to be, essentially. So, like, if I'm going to go to school, I'm trying to learn what to do for my career, but my career isn't at school. So how can I figure that out? And that's basically what we did. We decided all the money that I would use to go to college, we'll invest this into the business, and then that way I am ahead of everyone. I don't have to graduate and then start my career. I'm starting my career, so by the time all my friends graduated, I had a company. I had vision. I knew what I was doing. Not saying that there's anything wrong with going to school. That's just not for me. Yeah. I went to school. I got a little bit of it. I understood what I needed. I had the perfect amount of time. But I feel like after about that year and a half that I went, I got what I needed. And I also realized I felt kind of boxed in. A lot of the things that I wanted to do, I wasn't learning at school, and I needed more of an apprenticeship kind of environment. So I have this really cool guy that has his hands in like every pot. So I knew that he's not going to lead me astray, and he believed in me. And I think we kind of bounced things off of each other. He has a lot of experience, but I feel like I have the new wave creativity as well as like a more open outlook on the world. And I think that together helps. And I just feel like, I don't know. I know what I want to do, and he believed.
So tell him what you want to do.
I have a cannabis brand. It's called Deuces 22.
Deuces 22. She started her own company.
Yeah. So basically the idea was I wanted something that, one, I was proud of, but also, like, I was just explaining it's institutionalized racism that the cannabis industry is basically taken over by non-people of color, even though the whole industry was started by people of color. So I felt like, okay, if that money is going to be made regardless, I need to be a part of it. I need to have a way that shows that it's possible for Black people or anyone really to get into something that they don't really know what it is. I was interested in cannabis because there's no reason for me to get grandfathered in. It's a brand new industry. I can go as big as I want. There's no box. So I make the rules. My dad always tells me that there are no mistakes because whatever I do, that's the precedent. So that was really motivating. And then, yeah, so that's now what we do.
So you have your own cannabis company called Deuces 22.
Yeah, well, it's a lifestyle brand, and we promote cannabis.
Okay, yeah. And how long has it been in existence now?
About.
We've been at it for 3 years.
For 3 years? Yeah. What kind of research did you do? Because what you have now is a bunch of people calling who want to know the back end of the business, how to get started, so on as the pitfalls you might have hit. Yeah. So can we come back and talk about them? I'm going to let you think about it.
Yeah.
All right. Tyla Salley is here with this guy. 888-742-3345.
Sway in the morning on Shade 45.
That's right, man. We got special guests, John and Tyla Salley. You know John, 4-time NBA champion. But, hey, man, you might know him from LA's finest, man. It's the thespian right here, man.
Yeah. You know what happened? I didn't get to do Bad Boys 3.
Yeah, 20. That's coming out in 2020.
Yeah, neither did Gabrielle. So, but Jerry Bruckheimer did the show. And the writers and the director, they were like, it'd be cool if we had Fletcher. And somebody said, I know John Salley. And so Jennifer called me and said, you want to play this role? And I said, how much? And then
That's all you said?
That's all I said. I said, how much? And she told me, and I said, you want me to drive or you sit in the car? but it was like, I get held starting next week, I think it is. So from September 10th on, they're holding me, so I really can't go certain places, but yeah, I love it. I just sit at home. I go in, I read the script, I turn it on, and I'm doing it.
John, man, I really love watching your trajectory.
Yeah.
I love our conversations.
Yeah, man.
And you're a man of action, man. He was just telling me he bought land over in Africa.
Yeah. So I'm going to Ghana.
Yep.
And we're going to be in Ghana. And it's funny. At the beginning of the year, there's a lot happening. But as soon as something happens I don't like, I'm out.
You out of there.
I'm out. And I'm not paying tax. You don't have to pay taxes on your land in Ghana.
You don't?
Once you buy your land in Ghana, that's your land in Ghana.
How many acres you getting?
Over 100.
100 acres.
Yeah, I'm just doubling up. I'm going to get your 40 acres and your 40 acres.
And then add 20 on it.
I'm going to get a girl with a butt built like a mule. anything.
Come on, wait, hold up, man.
Funny.
Come on, John.
You know I had to make Heather just shake her head. You know I can't get it.
H-A.
You're married, aren't you married? Man?
Yeah, man, but it was funny.
Okay, great. Sacrifice the matrimony for the
you know what? I was the first time they had some false rumor of me and Terry Hatcher, right? And it was on Howard Stern.
What was the rumor?
It was like I was hanging out with her, and I just had met her. And I was like, wow. So my wife wakes up. She goes, you kicking with Terry Hatcher? I said, give me a week. I just met her last night.
Oh.
Right? And she goes, that's why I love him. And she goes, I go, where'd you get that dumb thing? She goes, it's on Howard Stern. I said, I made it. I was on Howard Stern.
Yeah, Howard,
she said, at my expense, I said, we made it.
You get the check, too.
Yeah.
All right, so Tyla's here.
Yes.
It's interesting, man. The whole this cannabis industry. To your point, there are a lot of folks that are now starting to through regulations take over the cannabis industry from the folks that help build it. We got a lot of people in jail for crimes that now.
My man Romy, I go see him to this day.
Yeah, right. And so I think it's wise that you being a part of this industry, Tyla. I got a lot of people online that have questions for you. Before they do that, give out your social media and give out a platform where they could dig deeper and find out more about the company.
Okay, so our Deuces 22 account is deuces22.cannabis, DEUCES 22.cannabis, and our website is deuces22.cannabis. So we have Deuces Academy to teach you all the fun facts to destigmatize the cannabis industry.
Wait, our .com is deuces22.com.
.com.
Yeah.
But our Instagram is deuces22.cannabis.
.cannabis.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what y'all did right there.
Yeah.
What are you in your early 20s now?
Yeah, I'm 23.
So do y'all get high together?
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Wow.
We got high. We
On
got
the way
high
here.
on the way here.
Oh, shit.
Did you introduce marijuana to your daughter?
No. Can I tell the
No.
story?
No.
Okay. No. But she was discovered as very adventurous, and I laughed, and I just appreciated. So her whole life growing up, I have a lot of art around the house, but my glass is 5,000, 10,000. When you get a rig, it's expensive. She didn't know it was a bong until she was 20. She had no idea.
16.
16.
Yeah. And
He forgot he was, he smoked on the way here. 16,
No,
20.
no.
It's all the same to him.
No, we smoked in the bathroom. But
Man, don't get us fired.
I'm not. It's a new building, no security. We had escaped the whole joint.
Oh my God.
No, but when we do, we start our days later. We signed a great deal with a company called Flower One out of Nevada. So we're going to launch in December in Nevada. And Tyla, these long waiting days have literally moved herself into a different tax bracket. And that's the best thing I can say. My daughter Gigi is going to be doing a sanctuary for wolves. My daughter Taya is literally was supposed to be here, the one I've been listening to the whole time, but she had a hair mishap
Okay.
And so, I got girls.
Yeah.
And so just right, you have it. And I just say my job was to set you up for the future.
There it is. That's what we do as a dad. I want to take these calls, and you're doing an excellent job. People want to know the back end of this business, how to get started. Tyla's going to be here. She's from Deuces 22. She's going to answer as many questions as possible. Let's start with Chuck from Iowa. Chuck, good morning. How you doing, Chuck?
Chuck.
Hold up, Chuck. There you go, Chuck.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, go. With quick question, quick answer. Go.
Hey, yeah. I'm in Iowa, and we're just starting the medical side. The recreational side is coming. Illinois on the other side. Without getting your business or whatever, what's a good round number that I would need just to start the capital investment, just to get going with this?
You should just give us the money, and then we'll put you in business. That's another.
Are you serious?
Well, because we're starting a consulting brand where we're trying to teach people how to get into the cannabis industry. So he's not just saying that to say that. We have a company called Sal. And we're Sal Consulting, and we're doing that, bringing people into the cannabis industry, teaching them. My advice, go to your local city hall and go to all of the town halls you can, learning about the cannabis industry within your community. Because
get every license.
Yeah, that too. They're expensive.
Whatever license you can get.
Like what?
Distribution is the best.
Okay.
Extraction, manufacturing.
Yeah, those are the top three. Distribution is the most expensive.
Distribution. So know what distribution is. Distribution is American Hustler, right? The drug. These are not drugs. This is a plant, but the product comes from somewhere else. It gets to the distributor. The distributor makes the money. You understand?
Okay.
Right. So Tony Montana made the money.
Okay.
I'm trying to
and he divvied it out to the retailers.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Okay.
But these guys need to take all that rap, all that negative we learned, and flip it. When they saying flip it. Get into commercial real estate. Tyla wanted to get into real estate and residential. So when she gets a check, it goes straight into commercial real estate. I think she got like $20 in her pocket, but the rest of it is
crazy, right? You're still treating for lunch. Chuck, I hope that gave you some good insight. I know you wanted the number.
Yeah, I'll give you the number. I'm just to make it easy on everybody, I tell everybody to start with what's in their pocket. The best way, I would say $100,000. I'm going to tell you 1.2. Don't do those numbers. What's in your pocket, you figure it out. But if I were to start, Tyla started this with $250,000 because tuition was $300,000 because she didn't want to throw left-hand hook shots no more. Heather, can you believe that?
I mean, damn.
Well, choices.
All right.
Said do what you love.
Yes.
All right. Chuck, thank you, man. You're a citizen, bro.
All
right, we got Robert on the line from Dallas. Good morning, Robert.
Hey, what's going on? Sway, DB, Heather, John.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tyler. Hey, so this is what I've been doing. I'm just jump into it. I've been investing through the Robinhood app. And what I do is, like, I have a small business. I get paid daily. And I've just been buying a little stock, basically all marijuana stock or cannabis. I'm trying to figure out, am I maximizing or should I be doing this a different way?
A Canadian stock, right? Or you buying American stock? Canadian stock?
Canadian American.
Yeah, Canopy Grow. Oh, I can't say that.
Why not? Oh, because is that insider trader?
No.
Okay.
No, I sold all my shares. Canopy stock. I'll give you an example. Canopy Growth. Right? Flower One. That's what you should invest in. Make sure that's the talk. Flower One out of Vancouver. Flower One is who you should invest in. I was with Canopy Growth, and when I got the stock, it was $2. The stock today is $54.
Wow.
Okay.
And I had over 200,000 shares.
Okay, so that's the same. Remember I mentioned the stock I invested in? When I came in, it was at $7.
Right.
Okay. And you came in at 2, John. Yo, you know what's funny about John Salley? He be telling me these great ass ideas after he did it. You know, man. And I keep saying, tell me before you buy the acres. Tell me before the investment.
Well, good, because they're giving it to us in Ghana because we're coming home. So Sway, I'm sure they're gonna give you. I'm gonna request that they give you some as well. They're gonna give you property. Listen, black people, this is the year return. We are so open to go over and to become a citizen of Ghana, along with being a citizen of America, because we were a citizen of Africa first.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So imagine if you can go home. Like Spanish people can go home. Arab people can go home.
Yeah.
Russians can go home. They sending people back to El Salvador. They sending them back to Mexico. We are home, but we have an original home. So you can go home. I've been listening to Akon.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm like Jay-Z. Enough talk. Action.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Right.
I'm out. I'm going to be over there a certain amount of time. I'll be back over. Tyler, since you left college, how many countries have you been in?
7.
What do you like to do? Smoke weed and travel. The problem is she went to only one weed smoking country.
Yeah, so,
I usually take a tea break when I travel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's a tea break. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, for Tyler, I get that.
Something like that.
Hey, Robert, you're a citizen. I hope that helped you out, man.
A Sway in the morning.
That's
Okay.
good.
All right. Tariq is on the line from Atlanta. Tariq, go ahead, man. Tariq?
Peace. What's going on, Sway?
Peace. What's going on, family? Say what's up to the guests and go ahead. What's your question?
What's up, John? What's up, Tyler? Hey, listen, man. My name is Tariq. I'm down here in Atlanta, Georgia, man. I run a company called Smoke and Grow Rich Tours, where we actually take black people out to Denver, Colorado for 3 days, and we show them the game, from how to run a dispensary, how to grow it, the whole game. So after the end of the tour, the number one question black people ask is, how do we get in the game? And they find all these barriers, capital. They don't have enough money. In Georgia, for instance, man, they're only giving out 6 licenses, a couple of companies, man. It's crazy, man. So our thing is now, man, we need to take this. My suggestion is that we take this CBD game, man, because in North Carolina, man, CBD flower selling for $500 a pound. That's weed money out here, man.
Whoa.
So I'm taking black. Yeah, $500
I
a
got it
pound.
for
Flower. People act,
Shit.
people want to smoke the flower, man. People want to. So what I'm saying is, I think we can use this flower, the CBD game, to get into the into the cannabis game. So my question is, how can a company like mine, work with you guys? Because I'm out here teaching black people how to grow it.
What's the name of your company?
40 acres in the Smoke and Grow Tours.
Smoke?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram.
What's it
Smoke
called?
And Grow Rich. Smoke and Grow Rich Tours.
All right.
Okay.
Hit us at deuces22.com and then just put that you, Tyree.
Sway in the morning.
Yeah, mention Sway in the morning. They'll get back to you.
Yeah, no
All right?
question.
Otherwise, they'll forget.
But I just gave I have a CBD I just gave to Heather and Tracy. It's called Live. My wonderful partner named Aja makes this unbelievable balm, lotion, and salt that she took the sea salt. It smells amazing.
Yes.
It works. I'm the chief marketing agent of Leading Edge, so we have one that I took to the MBA. So that doesn't get in your system. But there's another. There's Matthew Knowles is involved with Ray J in this stock. I don't want to mention him because I didn't finish my deal.
Okay.
It's called Benji, and but I'm checking it out, and it literally Benji in Swahili means cannabis.
Let me know what you find, man.
Yeah, I'm on
Okay.
fire. I had to hit Swahili with Sway. He don't think I remember my language.
Yes, I like that. My mother studied, Heather.
John, I have a question because when this started happening, it made me think about you and when you first came to the show about 5 or 6 years ago, with everything that's happening now, with a lot of commercial industries, restaurants saying now they have plant-based burgers and different things like that. To be honest, it makes me a little afraid because when I turn around, if I can't pronounce exactly what's in your stuff, I feel like it's a bunch of fillers and different things.
You're talking about the meat
have
you
you
eat.
ever had the Beyond Burger?
The Beyond,
the Beyond Burger is what we're with.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm talking about other products that are claiming to have,
like the Impossible Burger.
Yeah, I don't say that name.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Sway didn't even pay attention how careful I was trying to be. You saw what I was doing.
I don't say the name. I don't say the name.
I'm not on that cryptic shit. Man.
No,
but this is the deal.
Okay, that's
so
what
this is what I'm gonna hit you with.
All right.
There may be some chemicals in it, and I agree. That's why I'm with the Beyond Burger from Beyond Meat. That's why I'm not with the other guys.
Right.
But the choice between the other guys and killing an animal, I'd rather go with the other guys
Okay.
because you're eating death. I would not rather eat death. I would rather eat some chemical and have to figure it out. I think everybody that becomes vegan saves 7,500 land animals. We save water. We save the air. I'm saving the planet for Tyla if she decides to have children. All the rest of the children, it's not gonna destroy the future. This is literally every time I eat, I'm realizing I'm enhancing someone else without even touching them. So, but when we talk about all these different meats and different things, if we can get you away from killing animals, and then I get you to, that's a transition. That's almost me shaking you. And then when I get the vegetables in you, then you're rubbing your eyes. And when I get you drinking real clear water, then you're awake. I stop talking to those who are not conscious. What I mean is those who are asleep. If they're asleep, man, I'm going to have my bacon, man. I'm going to have my pork chop. My grandmother lived to 96 years old. Yeah, but so? But that has
don't
nothing
mean
to
you
do.
Gonna do it.
Right. Don't mean that your diabetes is not going to kick in at 35.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that your impotence is not going to kick in at 35. All of this is happening. So if I can get them off of eating any dead animal, I'm ahead of the game. I heard somebody said they got away from the red meat, away from the chicken. Now they're on the turkey. They're going to get rid of the turkey. I just say get rid of it all at one time and work at it that way.
Listen, by the way, Tariq, you're a citizen
because
you want to know how to get more minorities into the weed industry, and you're saying let's form this coalition, and you guys can lead the way.
South Consultant. But just hit us on Deuces22.com. Everybody, now this is the deal, because I listen to the show every day. If you don't have any money, that's okay. If you have idea and you have energy, you have whatever, cool. But don't expect me to give you money.
There it is.
Don't expect me to give me money. If you come with money, you're going to make money. If you come with energy, you're going to get energy.
Okay.
And then you can probably get to some money. But we're literally taking people, and I'm not saying just have to be black. I got to start that too, right? We happen to be, we're blessed to be black. And we used to call it a black company. Then I realized we're a company and we're black.
Yeah.
So the company is not black. We're black.
Right.
And we're African. So we make sure we understand that. But no, in Europe, they never mention that. They never mention your color.
Yeah.
And only those who want to make you twins mention it. So I don't mention it anymore. So I just happen to be in a father-daughter business. She is the boss.
Yes, she is.
Boom. And let me tell you something.
Man,
sometime I have an idea, and I say, she goes, "No, we're not going to do it that way," and we'll walk away. I was like, "Who do you think you are?" I know your father.
Yo, she corrected John like 3 times in 30 seconds.
Yeah, she's like, no, that's the sativa.
I elbowed him like, John, just be quiet, man.
She said that. She said, I don't even talk when I was like, you're right.
Wow. So, John, what would you say you've learned from her? Because a lot of times, the positioning of things, you ask the daughter, what have you learned from your dad?
I learned how to appreciate you more, Tracy.
Carry on.
Okay. You know how when you get on the show and you talk about relationships, but then you make a point about how this person is relating to females and how this is relating to females and how you do it all the time. I used to be like, she is going to bring it back to relationship. But then being with Tyla, she'd be like, no, don't do that. That's sexist. Don't say that. That makes no sense. Because you wouldn't say that if it was a guy there, you wouldn't say that. We had a meeting and this guy would not look at her. We got out of Tyla said, we're not going to business with him. He was afraid to talk to me. And then halfway through, I go, hey, my man, this is CEO. He goes, oh, you're the boss? Done.
Why do you think she here?
The daughter is always the boss.
I could have said if I had a car that didn't plug in, I would have been I'm warming the car.
Yeah.
Because it was done right
there. It was
there.
right there.
Wow.
So she has literally things that I take for granted, jokes that I would make back in the day, jokes that I used to laugh about, things that I used to laugh about. I don't laugh about them anymore.
Wow.
Transgender, like we're going to be in the Fight magazine. Like we're literally on the back cover because she is so particular about the transgender and the gay community, right?
Yeah.
Not that just the fact that they need a voice and they never. And I'm sitting around. At first, we ain't gonna lie, Sway. My wife was like, "Ask her." I said, "You ask her. None of my business." She, she's a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's happening. She that girl right there is, can wear my sneakers, but. It was none of whatever her thought was, and she was like, "Why would that make a difference?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Wow,
right,
wow, I gotta go smoke on that one."
Yep. John Salley, ladies and gentlemen, Tyla Salley, Deuces 22. Look them up.
Yeah. One more thing, Sway. One more thing. In January, I'm coming out with the next female superstar.com. Just check it out. I just decided we're just going to put out the best. We're going to do it all online, right through Sway's universe.
Okay, there you go. I saw he did that because he liked to tell me after the fact. Okay. I know what he does.
Okay.
All right. Tyla, it's an absolute pleasure. Honor to have you on the show.
I really appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Wonderful job.
She went to sleep.
Man, I love a daughter, boy. The daughters are the boss, baby.
I know it.
All right.
I know it.
We broadcasted from L.A., ladies and gentlemen. We got Boogie up next.
Boogie,
you know him,
yeah.
West Coast Boogie, 888-742-3345.